Action. CBS News contributor Frank Luntz is in Phoenix. He watched the big game with a focus group that rated all the commercials. Frank, good morning to you. Let's start with that ad because it was a epic fail according to a lot of people who watch it. But I get the point they were trying to make. They're trying to say these accidents can be prevented. Isn't that a good message to send?
Yeah, but it's not a good message to send during the Super Bowl when people are in a celebratory mood. You have to understand your audience. You have to understand how people are receiving the message. And you can see those dials there. The higher that the lines climb, the more powerful the ad. This was voted the worst of our session because they felt that it didn't apply in a Super Bowl format. They got the message, but the anger from it, why are you trying to depress me, overwhelmed whatever positive you might have.
I would have thought that toe fungus ad would have been the most depressing one of the evening. Because I talk about celebratory, I thought, where in the world, why are they putting that one there?
Well, in fact, there are a number of ads that did not do well because I don't think that they were tested. I don't believe that audiences actually got a chance to react to them. Understand, it's $4.5 million for every 30 seconds. So you better be sure that you are promoting your brand, that you're doing so in a way that is memorable, and most importantly, that people will walk away from the ad feeling that this is something that was worthy of my 30 seconds in the most important 3.5 hours that I'm going to spend this year.
So what was the best ad?
So the two best, one of them was a car ad for Fiat. And what's very impressive there is that up until last year, car ads simply did not do well because they weren't creative, they weren't special. The reason why this one stands out is because it employs what is surely one of the most successful gimmicks, the Viagra pill, and there you see it.
Yes.
And the ad goes on and people are laughing during it. And by the way, notice those lines. The men and women are responding almost identically to it. Very few ads did that, where men and women, young and old, said, this is funny. And all the way through this ad, it just scores better and better and better. Best ad of the Super Bowl.
No. And then of course, once the pill makes its way into the Fiat and the Fiat gets some energy, then I'm sort of talking over the ad so everybody can see it in case they missed it. There it is. There it is.
No, I was at a Super Bowl party. Drew Katz, I'll mention it again. All the men said, "Where can we get that car?" Yeah, that was a huge hit.
And by the way, all the women were saying to the men, "Where can you get that pill?"
Yeah.
Now there was another also very powerful ad, and that was for Budweiser. And anytime you take a puppy and you take a Clydesdale and you have one of the most powerful endings, and Budweiser's done this before. Now, I do want to make one point here, which is that this ad did better among women than men. And that happens quite often, that ads are targeted either for the Gen X generation or for an older generation. Anheuser-Busch has got it perfectly. This was the highest tested ad among women. The only reason it wasn't #1 is that men have seen it before and they've gotten used to it, and so it wasn't quite as powerful for them.
You know, I thought one of the great commercials was the Coca-Cola commercial where the Coke gets spilled and winds up in everybody's electronic devices. Do you think that's because it was inspiring, Frank?
Inspiring, but also if you watch this is modern. Clearly this ad was targeted to younger people because look how fast the visuals go. If you're a 60-year-old watching the Super Bowl, you're not going to get it. But if you're 16, 18, 21, and by the way, who hasn't destroyed a computer? I've lost 3 computers because of my beverage preferences.
Tell me that the dad commercials did well, because I love those dad commercials. Anything where you show the men interacting with their kids.
And what's special about that is that those ads actually do better among women than men. Because the #1 attribute that women are looking for is the man who's involved in the day-to-day lives of their kids. That's why you got it right. For men, it's not as powerful. For women, it's what they want to see.
Yeah, that's what you call sexy. Thank you very much, Frank Luntz. Good to see you. Lucky you, you got to go to the game.